All right. So if you recall yesterday, we read the story Two Kinds by Amy Tan. And we talked mostly yesterday about just the two characters, how these characters were interacting, the buildup of characterization, or these things that we have experienced. But what we didn't necessarily get to is the cultural aspects of it. And so, one thing that I might want to do when I'm trying to understand something about another culture is just understand where some of these ideas come from. So, there's a stereotype that Chinese parents are very strict with their children. There's a very specific term called a tiger mom that is probably not the best term to use, but it's certainly one that's been used very recently that I would probably find during an investigation. Kind of want to get to know. Okay, so this is kind of the cultural dynamic. This is the expectation, and is that the expectation kind of around the world? Well, no, it's not. Dominican and Puerto Rican families aren't known for having the same kind of attention to their children being ultra successful, super genius prodigies, the way that Chinese people are painted as having that expectation. And then we can ask these questions like, is it fair to just assume that all of these cultures behave the same way? Well, no, it's not fair. They obviously behave in different ways, and even inside of the culture in different ways, right? So I want to try to understand something about that perspective, that viewpoint, that then is going to point me to an observation about the story. And so what we're going to do today is kind of look up some cultural background to try to help us understand something about Tan, how she was writing, what her influences were, and something about Chinese culture, Chinese American culture, and what the influences are there, why it behaves the way that it does.